This week is all about the vaccine again for the Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, but he's still got some slightly annoying Craig Kelly problems. So Craig Kelly is, of course, the New South Wales Liberal MP who hit the headlines last week for bumping into Tanya Plibersek in a hallway. The Prime Minister asked him to cease and desist, and he doesn't seem to be doing that. So he's back on Facebook posting about alternative cures. The Prime Minister was asked about this on Monday morning by John Laws, and he essentially tried to wriggle out of the question, which John Laws was pretty good at picking him up on.
What are your thoughts on Craig Kelly?
Oh, look, we dealt with that last week. I think that got enough oxygen last week, John. So we're just focused.
No. It didn't get oxygen here. The Australian reported this morning that Craig Kelly has gone on Facebook again, and after you reprimanded him for his spruiking bogus theories about the treatment of COVID. Is that right? He's gone back onto Facebook?
He's not talking about vaccinations. He's talking about other treatments. But the chief medical advice to me is what determines government policy.
He's basically saying, listen to the health advice, don't listen to Craig Kelly, but he seems to be pretty powerless to stop him posting some of those links on Facebook. The Labor Party is trying to change the conversation into more about job security. And Anthony Albanese will be delivering a major speech in Brisbane on Wednesday afternoon, talking about Labor's industrial relations policy. Now, obviously, if you think back over the last 15, 20 years, Labor has been at its most effective, won a majority in 2007 under Kevin Rudd in a work choices election. So they're going to be trying to run some sort of rerun of that strategy, focusing on the government's attempt to introduce industrial relations reform and get rid of what they call the BOOT, the Better Off Overall test, and that will be their focus. But throughout the week, the Prime Minister will be keeping it on COVID-19 and vaccines. Expect some more announcements in that space. The Prime Minister is going to be in Melbourne. And of course, there's a lot of concern about these emerging cases in New South Wales, and particularly Melbourne, where hotel quarantine workers keep picking up COVID and they're not exactly sure why. There don't seem to be any breaches. So that goes, at the end of the day, to the difficulty in managing this pandemic. Even if we develop vaccines, even if we get vaccinated, the virus keeps changing, it keeps mutating, and scientists have got to keep up to date and on top of that. That will all feed into this ongoing debate about what to do about hotel quarantine and what to do about how long people should be spending on that in that quarantine, if indeed the virus is so contagious that hotel quarantine workers are picking up when there's no breach, and in some cases there's even examples of people testing positive after they've tested negative and after they've tested hotel quarantine. So it is indeed a wicked problem. As the Premier Dan Andrews has suggested before, it is a highly contagious virus, and Australia and the world is going to be kept on its toes in terms of how to handle it.